Taiwan is just a few kilometers away from the Philippines, but let's just hope that will not happen.
Is EDCA or Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement beneficial, especially to ordinary Filipinos? How does the government of the Philippines envision defense cooperation with the United States of America? Does EDCA mean the return of military bases in the Philippines? Magandang araw po mga kapatid, mga kabagis, mga subscribers sa YouTube. Ako po si Mr. Charlie Pinto. Sa ating episode, alamin ang karapatan mo, issues and commentaries. Isang napakagandang topic natin ngayon mga kapatid, mga kabagis. Very hot issues in the Philippines, also in the Asian region. Because this is the BALIKATAN exercises or the EDCA. What is EDCA or the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement? The EDCA is an agreement between the Philippines and the United States which envision to advance the implementation of the Philippine-US Mutual Defense Treaty or the MDT. Ito isang pagtitibay na naglalayong palakasin ang seguridad ng relasyon sa pagitan ng US at Pilipinas sa pamamagitan ng pagbuo ng military troops and operations. Yan ang hot issues ngayon, balikatan exercises. What purpose does the EDCA serve? It designed to promote the following between the Philippines and its defense treaty ally, which is the United States of America. 1. The interoperability. 2. Capacity building towards AFP modernization. 3. Strengthening AFP for external defense. Another, maritime security. Next, maritime domain awareness and humanitarian assistance and disaster response. So, those are the, what you call now, purposes of EDCA. Because we need to strengthen our military forces. Kung umaasa lamang po tayo sa ating kakayahang sandatang panlakas ng Pilipinas, we have only about 143,000 plus AFP personnel and soldiers. Ihambing natin sa lakas ng China, milyon ang sundalo nila doon. Although the Philippines is ranked number 13 as the pinakamahinang mga lakas ng sandatahan sa buong mundo. Meron din naman tayong mga tinalo. Ngunit, kailangan natin ng masigla pang pagpapalakas sa ating sandatahan. That is why we need the help and assistance of the American government, the US troops, the US soldiers. So, what principles were adhered to in ensuring that the national interests are protected and advanced? Upon the instruction of our President Bongbong Marcos, we observe the following principles: strict compliance with the Philippine Constitution, laws and jurisprudence, utmost respect for Philippine sovereignty. Kinakailangan na respetuhin ng mga Amerikanong sundalong ito ang soberenya natin ng bansa. Requirement for Philippine consent for all activities. No permanent presence or military bases by US troops in the Philippines. And full Philippine control over facilities to be used. So yung mga tatayo yung mga infrastructure projects na yan at mga kagamitang pandigmayan ng Estados Unidos na dinala sa Pilipinas, ay we have now the full over control. Maging ang mga itinayo nilang mga gusali at mga armas at mga kagamitang pandigma ay maring iwanan na nila dito sa ating bansa. And mutuality of benefits, also non-exclusively of use of designated areas for the U.S. Armed Forces. Kinakailangan na ang mga lakas ng Amerika dito ay hindi naman nagbabadya na pagtatayo muli ng mga base militar ng Pilipinas. We all know that the two military bases in the Philippines, like the Subic Naval Base and the Clark Air Base, were already dismantled in the year 1991 after their 50 years agreement lapse. 50 po anyos lamang ang pagtagal ng mga military base noon sa Pilipinas. Kaya wala na silang karapatan pa magtayo ng military bases dito. Ganun pa man, ayon sa agreement, magpapalakas lamang sila ng pwersa sa tulong ng kanilang armada. Papalakasin ang pwersa ng Pilipinas against the aggression of China, against the other powerful country, hindi lamang China, mari. Ngunit napakarami ng mga kumukontra, mga nagpuprotesta ng mga kababayan nating Pilipino hinggil sa nagsimula ng balikatan exercises. Hindi lamang sa Pilipinas may mga protesta o mga rally, kundi umabot na rin sa ibang bansa, especially in the United States of America. Pakinggan natin ang mga ilang protestang naganap na pagkontra sa balikatan exercises na ito.
De facto U.S. military bases in the Philippines, despite claims to the contrary by U.S. and Philippine officials.
There is no doubt that we, the Filipino people, must fight tooth and nail to defend our sovereignty!
Napanood natin mga kapatid, mga kabagis, na may ilang mga pulis ang basta na lamang pinaghahabol at dinampot ang ilang mga protesters sa Maynila. Subalit, alam natin karapatan din ng mga protesters na ito na isang bulat ang kanilang hinaing laban sa pagkakaroon ng balikatang exercises na yan. Ngunit ayon sa mga military o sa mga pulis na umaresto mga ito, ay wala sila sa Freedom Park. Dapat daw sa Freedom Park lamang sila nagpahayag ng kanilang saloobin laban sa EDCA o sa balikatang exercise na ito. Is EDCA constitutional? Yes. EDCA provides that the access and uses of AFP facilities by the U.S. military will be at the invitation of the Philippines and with full respect for the Philippine Constitution and Philippine laws. The constitutional provisions prohibits an establishment of foreign military bases, not to establish a permanent military presence or base in the territory of the Philippines. Gaya ng sinabi ko kanina, hindi permanente ang paglalagay ng mga pwersa ng Amerika sa Pilipinas. Dahil lumisan na, tapos na ang kontrata ng dalawang nakaraang military bases, ang Subic Naval Base at ng Clark Air Base. The US has allotted about $100 million toward the infrastructure investment at the existing sites and is proud that these investments are supporting economic growth and job creation in local communities. And EDCA is a key pillar of the United States-Philippine Alliance, which support combined training exercises o yung balikatan exercise na yan, and interoperability between our forces, the AFP, in 9 training sites. Alam niyo ba mga kapatid, mga kabagis, about 17,600 US soldiers and Philippine soldiers cooperating with these balikatan exercises in 9 training sites. But as I have said, the investment will come because they spend around $100 million for these training exercises. Ganun pa man, maraming mga local fishermen, local community folks ang nagre-reklamo sa presensya na ito ng mga sundalo Amerikano. Sa napakarami, libo-libo kasi. Especially yung mga kabuhayan ng mga fishermen na naapektuhan. Sa bahagi ng Zambales, sa bahagi ng Palawan, sa mga coastal areas ng Santa Ana and Lalo, Cagayan, as well as in Isabela, naapektuhan ang kabuhayan ng mga mangingisda natin. Dahil sa no sale, no fishing zone na tinatawag nila. Ganun pa man, mayroong pundong nilaan ng EDCA balikatan exercise, EDCA balikatan exercise na ito, nang umabot sa $100 million. Na ang ilang porsyento doon ay para sa pagtulong sa matamaan ng kabuhayan. So, masasabi natin na magbibigay din ng magandang ekonomiya sa bansa natin ang EDCA, sapagkat yung mga infrastructure projects na itatayo na at naitayo na ay maiiwan na sa ating bansa. At ganun din, sa pagkakaroon ng mga libu-libong mga sundalong Amerikano, kabila ang mga Pilipino, at ilang mga Australianong sundalo na nakianib sa pwersa ng Amerika, ay magbibigay sila ng kontribusyon sa ating ekonomiya. Hindi natin may kakaila yun. Ibig sabihin, maring makabili sila ng mga produkto nating mga Pinoy sa dami ng mga sundalong ito, of course, lalo na sa mga 9 training sites na ito. At ang mga maapektuhang kabuhayan ay nangako naman ang gobyerno natin sa pamumuno ng ating Presidente Marcos na bibigyan niya ng kabuhayan ang mga pansamantalang maapektuhan. Pakinggan pa natin ang isa pang interview, mga kapatid, mga kabagis. Makakapanayam natin ngayon ng isang tricycle driver kung ano ang sa palagay mo ay magandang epekto o may dudulot ng EDCA o balikatan exercise ng US at ng Philippine troops dito sa nating Pilipinas.
Marami po, sir. Kasi unang-una, yung sa EDCA, magkakaroon tayo ng security kung ano man ang mangyayari dito sa bansa natin. Kung may mag-a-attack na iba, siyempre meron tayong sasandalan doon. At saka hindi tayo basta-basta susugurin ng mga kaaway.
Ano pa?
At saka, sir, hindi lang naman yun ang sa EDCA eh. Nagtre-train din sila para sa kalamidad. Sakop din yun ng sa exercises nila eh.
Okay, salamat.
Opo, sir.
We also interview a college student. Madam, are you in favor of the balikatan exercises happen now in the Philippines between the US troops, the Philippine troops, including the Australian soldiers?
For me, as I'm Nate Lois, I'm studying political science in the University of Northern Philippines. And for me, I think the agreement between the United States and the Philippines will somehow bring us into disadvantage at some point, because especially with the issue of the West Philippine Sea with China, I think when there is an aggression between the Philippines, it can be an advantage as claimed by United States, as they serve as help in protecting the Philippines from the aggression of China. But I think in terms of the conflict within the Philippine Sea, when there is a war, if in case it breaks a war between Taiwan and China, and the United States will intervene with that war, then I think the Philippines will be affected as well, because there are military forces from the United States. So I think it all boils down that if the Philippines can play both of these sides, the United States and China, I think we could prevent further damage if there is a war. So that's my opinion.
Thank you. What are the first 5 EDCA sites? 1. Dibasa Air Base in Pampanga. The Fort Magsaysay in Nueva Ecija. The Lombia Air Base in Cagayan de Oro. The Antonio Bautista Air Base in Palawan. And the Mactan Benito Ebuen Air Base in Cebu. And there are additional 4 EDCA sites established later or earlier. One is the Naval Base Camilo Osias in Santa Ana, Cagayan. Another is the Camp Melchor de la Cruz in Gamu, Isabela. The Balabac Island in Palawan. And last, the Lalo Airport in Cagayan. But Cagayan Governor Manuel Mamba disagreed this new EDCA site, especially in Lalo and Santa Ana, Cagayan, because this may ignite aggression between China and the Philippines and may affect the stability and security of the Cagayanos or the people in Cagayan. Because the distance from Batanes province to Taiwan is about 376 kilometer only. So ibig sabihin, napakalapit ng Batanes at ng Cagayan sa Taiwan, na isang mainit na ngayon na labanan ng pwersa o training ng armada ng China at Taiwan sa West Philippine Sea, particularly sa bahagi ng Northern Batanes. Because the latest news, China sent 71 warplanes as part of its biggest display of military near Taiwan. Kalahin niyo, 71 warplanes po yun. While the Republic of China or Taiwan is a fully democratic society with its own economy, currency, military, and elected officials, while the Chinese mainland China is ruled by the Communist People's Republic of Chinese government. May we watch the videos, the flags, and the leaders of these two countries, China and Taiwan. This is the flag of the People's Republic of China. That is Taiwan historical flag. That is Chinese President Xi Jinping. She is Taiwanese President Tsai Ing-wen. China military drill simulate blockade of Taiwan. And that is China very near to Taiwan, and Taiwan is about less than 400 kilometers near to the Philippine archipelago. This is a part of EDCA military drill. Tsai Ing-wen is the president of Taiwan, while Xi Jinping is Chinese president. Why does China want Taiwan? The key reason is that China wants to reinforce its dominance as a global superpower and consolidate its power. Why is Taiwan so important to China? We all know that Taiwan produces over 60% of the world's semiconductor and about 90% of the most sophisticated ones, like gadgets, phones, cars, and industrial machineries. Our cell phones, our laptop, our computers, and some cars, our machineries like tractor, kuliglig, and some other machineries from Taiwan. And there are about less than 200 OFWs or overseas Filipinos workers working in Taiwan, like domestic helpers and factory workers. Alam natin na napakayaman ng Taiwan. Maliit na bansa, mas malaki pa ang bansang Pilipinas kaysa Taiwan. Katumbas lamang ng pinagdugtong na regions 1 and 2 ang Taiwan. Subalit napakayaman. Kung kaya pinupunta ng ating mga OFWs doon, sila yung mga manggagawa sa pabrika, sila yung mga gumagawa ng mga electronics, mga cellphones, and other electronic gadgets. Pakinggan natin ang isa pang interview. May we interview our Assistant Professor of the University of Northern Philippines, Dr. Stephen Tabius. Sir, shall we say that the heated tension between the Taiwan and China with the interference of EDCA and the BALIKATAN exercises escalate into war?
First and foremost, I would like to greet everyone happy morning, and at the same time, I would like to rectify, di pa po ko doktor, magdo-doktor pa lang po, but I'm an assistant professor in this university, in the College of Arts and Sciences, teaching the social science subject. With regards to the first question, there is a possibility that EDCA will give rise to the escalation of the tension between China and Taiwan. Why did I say so? Because of the proximity. Because if we had to look at the distance, Taiwan is just a few kilometers away from the Philippines. But let's just hope that will not happen.
Sir, what will be the domino effect to our Philippine economy, considering that the distance of Taiwan to the Philippines is more or less 300 50 kilometers away. And the domino effect about our OFWs, more than 200 or about 200,000 OFWs working in Taiwan.
I think if the tension will escalate, most, if not all of our OFWs will be sent home for security reasons. Because if war will escalate between China and Taiwan, we don't like our OFWs to be at the middle. And definitely our embassy will send them home. But unfortunately, even if the embassy will do that, not all Filipinos will go home because as they say previously, mas gusto nilang makipagsapala na kahit may digmaan kaysa uwi sa Pilipinas, mamatay sa hirap.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Before we go on, my dear subscribers, mga kapatid, mga kabagis, please subscribe and like and share my 2 YouTube channels, Charlie Pinto in gym uniform and Charlie Pinto in army uniform. The Philippines and the US troops to hold the largest ever 17 days Balikatan exercises. Nagsimula na po April 11 until April 28, 2023 with almost, as I've said, $100 million budget from foreign military financing to the Philippines. Our country ranks 32nd, not 13th, as I have said earlier. 32nd in military strength, list out of 145 countries all over the world. In 2023 edition of Global Firepowers Military Strength Ranking. And about 5,400 Filipino soldiers joined this Balikatan exercise from the Philippine Army, Philippine Navy, Philippine Air Force. And 12,200 US soldiers, including the 100 Australian soldiers. So the AFP continuously strengthened not only the soldier in uniform but also the Army reservists and Navy reservists. Pinapalakas na rin ang pwersa mga ito. They conduct simultaneous training all over the Philippines. Ang AFP reservice na ito. And sinusulong din ni Vice President Sara Duterte na lahat ng mga college students first year and second year must take ROTC or Ready Reserve Training Course or the ROTC as a part of the college curriculum. And there is also a move in the Senate of the Philippines that these ROTC cadets and cadets must have a pre-training uniform. Dapat nga naman magkaroon ng libre ng uniforme from combat shoes ng army uniform, ng camouflage uniform, ng cap, para naman hindi nagastos pa ito ng mga magulang. At lalo pang makaengganyo ng lahat ng mga entering college students ay kukuha ng ROTC. Ano ba kasi ang kahalagaan ng ROTC? Ito hindi ako tutol, kundi pumapabor ako dito sapagkat hindi lingid sa ating kaalaman. Binubuli na tayo ng China sa West Philippine Sea. Particularly in Ayungin Shoal in the Palawan area. Kaya kinakailangan na palakasin ang pwersa ng AFP. Kung ang bilang lamang ng mga AFP personnel natin ay umaabot ng mahigit lamang sa 143,000. May karagdagan pang 300,000 naman ng mga reservists. At palalakasin pa natin ang ROTC. Magamit natin itong pwersa naman pagdating ng hindi inaasang pangyayari. Worst to worst. Kinakailangan nang ihanda natin ang ating bansa, ang ating lakas para sa anumang aggression ng China. Kaysa yung mabulaga tayo, pagdating ng araw, nasakop na pala tayo ng China. So, ito lang po ang ating alamin ang karapatan mo, issues and commentaries. Episode number 6. Sana, I hope, my dear subscribers, imparted you a knowledge. At ayon sa aking bubuhit, walang nagpapapi kung walang mang-api. Magandang araw po. Maraming salamat. Agyamanak. Bye-bye!